Barbados. Get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Yes, indeed. Morning to you, one and all. Welcome to today. Today is Thursday the 16th of July, 2026. And to each of you, a very good morning. If it's your birthday, congratulations to you. Wishing you well. Hoping you have a marvelous today as we celebrate a milestone. To you, Auntie Faye, I know it is yours. Happy birthday to you indeed. I'm Pearson Bowen, welcoming all of you to the start of a brand new day with a great opportunity presented you by God, waking you up to say to Him, thank you. And to love Him just the way He loves you, but most of all, love others as well as you love yourself. And so those are the two greatest commandments of all. To those of you joining us on our streams on Facebook and YouTube, good morning to you as well. Share the show, share the love. We encourage you to have conversation among yourself. We are creating community, but at the same time, we love when you engage in what we're talking about here on Morning Barbados as well. So your comments relative to what we do are also greatly appreciated, and I thank you for doing so. So go ahead now, hit share, tell someone else about what we're doing and bring them to come join with us indeed. And if you know of something that you think we can talk about here on Morning Barbados, or someone who has a wonderful story to tell as well on Morning Barbados, tell us about it. And you can tell us with all those details at email morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Once you tell us how to find them, we'll find them. And we'll see if we get them on the show as well, so that we all share in something fantastic. We are Barbadians, and there's a lot of which we can be proud. And so we celebrate the best of Barbados every weekday morning from 6 in the morning. So how's your today going? I wish you well today, and I hope that you make plans today perhaps to go to Q in the Community today. Q in the Community today is going to Oistins on the main road. It's by the Wing Shop. For those of you who have been moving through Oistins in recent time, there's a new establishment right there, the Wing Shop. It's a really nice off-the-road location, somewhat, but for sure it's pretty near to one of the petrol stations and the supermarket, so you'll know exactly where to find it. The feather banners are up. All of the things that mark the spot there are already up, so you know exactly where you're going. So prepare yourself today from 11 o'clock right through to you say when to really have a good time in our community for Q in the Community. Lots of line dancing and dancing, music, eating, drinking, socializing, dominoes, all the things that you know combine together to make Q in the Community very, very special in Oistins on next to the main road today. Also, we continue to remind you to spot and win, it being the 16th. We have just a few more days, a couple more weeks left until the end of July. That's when entries close for the Spot, Connect and Win competition. You are spotting the brand new Suzuki Across GLX two-wheel drive hybrid vehicle with 1 year's insurance. That's for you. But you spot it. It's especially branded in the Vibe for Cropover. That's the CBC in the Vibe for Cropover. Look for that brand. When you spot it, you take a picture of it. Got that? Take a picture of it right away. And you send that picture to us either by email or WhatsApp along with your name and all of your contact details, because you'll give us one number we can reach out many other numbers. So send us all the other ways that we can talk to you to let you know you're a winner. You send it by email to contests@cbc.bb. Contest plural, CONTESTS @cbc.bb with those contact details and your name, or you can send it by WhatsApp to 233-7356, 233-7356, 233-7356, along with those contact details as well, and good luck to all. Or you can connect with any of our partners. If you continue watching TV8, you will see that we've been sharing with you how to connect with our partners, whether it be the Barbados Lottery, Inchcape Barbados, the National Transformation Initiative, the Student Revolving Loan Fund, or Capital Financial. any one of our partners, you connect with them and follow the rules, and you are into the competition. So the more, the merrier. The greater the opportunity indeed. So good luck to all of you as well. There's a lot happening still for crop over as we're inching closer and closer still to the big climax in Grand Kadooment. Judging continues this week under the big tent at the UEKFL campus, and I'm not sure which tent judges tonight, but you should show up to see and hear the Calypsonians who are all making an effort to be a part of the Pick of the Crop final. The Pick of the Crop final is approaching, and so we want to know soonest, who are the finalists? Who are the ones who are seeking to dethrone the reigning Calypso monarch, Mr. Blood? And so very soon, once the judges have completed their deliberations, perhaps by the end of this week or early next week, we will know for sure who are into the finals of this year's Pick of the Crop competition, the Calypso finals. Also, this weekend, we have on Saturday the Junior Monarch Finals. That's in the evening at 7 o'clock at Carifesta House. And then in the morning on Saturday, we have the Kiddies Kadooment, where all of the Kiddies bands will be parading for us just outside of and into the National Botanical Garden. So Saturday morning, chock-a-block in the morning, Kiddies Kadooment. In the evening, the Junior Monarch Finals in Soca and Calypso. So you have quite a wonderful weekend to look forward to. I encourage you to continue listening to the stations of the CBC, 98.1 The One, the party station, Vibe 94.7 FM, the sound of the festival, and Q100.7 FM, where you get a lot of the social commentary and a lot of the talk, as well as the party music. So there's something here, everything here at the CBC. Plus, on TV8, as we had last night, we would have had Festival Stage. So we have Festival Stage, we have the Know It All for Crop Over, reminding the crop over, everything crop over at the CBC indeed. Now, coming up today on Morning Barbados, I asked the question, is there a relationship between climate change and non-communicable diseases? What do you think? There's someone who conducted some research on this, and so she recently presented her report and her findings from that research. She'll present those to us today. We want to hear whether that relationship exists and in what ways does it affect the stages of non-communicable disease in Barbados. And as Barbados continues to position itself and promote itself as the culinary capital of the Caribbean, the Navigator's Table help where that's concerned. And so we have some more chefs on island who are hoping that you, before the weekend is done, come taste and see the different ways they can prepare ground provisions and a whole lot more. We'll talk to the people behind the Navigator's Table in just a little while. What do you know about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? What do you know? I'm being so serious. What do you know? What is it designed to do? There's an upcoming regional tournament in Barbados very soon, later this year, and we'll talk to them about that. So they expose us to the art form of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And we also celebrate the performance of some trainees of the Barbados Youth Advanced School who were in competition recently in open martial arts. They're winners. And so they'll join us this morning as we continue to celebrate winners right here on Morning Barbados. I'll take a break here. We're coming back with more as we get started this Thursday morning on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
nourishing your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey parents, my name is Stacia and I'm a mom and a nutritionist. I know mornings can be hectic, especially that marathon before 8 a.m. Just getting those lunches ready for good health and energy throughout the day. No guilt, no judgment here. I know many of us have added those juice boxes and chips into the lunch boxes. All right, time for the face-off. On the left is an unhealthy lunchbox, and on my right is a healthy lunchbox. Let's unpack the contents. On my left, we're gonna find more of that juice drink, which has tons of sugar and hardly any nutrient value. You might even pack that salty snack, or you might pack a lunch that is just white bread, no dietary fibers in there, which is very important for our kids, and that protein that could be a bit salty as well. You might even include that cookie. Now, there's not a problem to have a cookie at times, but the overconsumption of these unhealthy foods are impacting our children in a large way. On my right, you might consider a more healthier lunchbox. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time either. You can pack a fresh fruit, high in potassium, all the nutrients you need to get that child through the day. You might consider a yogurt, rich in calcium as well for those strong bones and healthy teeth. And that lunchbox can also comprise of a healthy sandwich made of whole grain bread, slip in a bit of those veggies, and maybe another fresh fruit just to get them through the evening. And if you dare to consider adding a snack, look for those healthier snacks that are low in salt, low in fat, and certainly have some fiber content. And always, please don't forget, pack that vital nutrient, water. Costs you very little, but is important for growing children. So, which lunchbox would you choose? Let's raise a generation of healthy children for Barbados.
Let me talk about this. Sometimes, hold up, before you go away. We think that to eat healthy, we need to either be boring or we need to starve ourselves. Let's see how true that is. Here, we have a fast food meal and it amounts to about 2,200 calories. One meal. You got your milkshake and your soft drink, as well as those french fries and the burger. Let's see what we could get eating healthy. Nice breakfast. Your plantain, watermelon. Who loves watermelon? I love watermelon. Your boiled eggs and some toast as well, whole grain. That's your breakfast. Yes, you still get lunch. Broccoli, nice veg, offers you fiber as well as the vitamins and minerals that you need, along with the pumpkin, your sweet potato as well, and your chicken breast for that protein. There's more. Another meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. Sweet potato again, pumpkin. You get tomato from some variety, and some nice beef that we pan-seared with some olive oil to have like a burger patty situation here as well. Oh, I'm not done. Sorry. Okay. Something light to top off your night. You know, yogurt as well as some kiwi. Fresh, light, splendidly delicious. Okay. 2,200. Can you guess? Can you guess? Less than 1,500 calories. I'm just saying. And comparably, this looks a little dull. This looks a lot more lively. Oh, I'm not done. Still. Yes. I know. We all like a sweet treat from time to time. And that's not a problem. Majority of your diet here, minority of your diet here, and we still pretty good to go, right? It doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to have the life sucked out of it. In fact, this looks a lot more lively over here than over here. You got some choices to make, people. Got some choices to make.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
After 6 o'clock this Thursday morning, you know Barbados positions itself as the culinary capital of the Caribbean, and of that we're very proud. I don't care what anyone else says, 'tis the truth. But you know, people travel for so many different reasons. Some for sea, sand and other things, but some also for what can I taste? I'm one of those, when I travel, I want to immerse myself in the culture of the destination, part of which is food, and food brings us all together. And so we're all together sitting today at the navigator's table, and of course I'm so excited to see this happening yet again for us in Barbados, and we're joined by the woman whose brainchild this is, the best dressed plate in Nika Nurse. Nika, good morning to you again.
Good morning.
And you've brought along some wonderful friends who are going to
Yes.
help us have this experience at the navigator's table.
Yes.
And I'll let you introduce them as we go as well.
Okay.
But talk to me a little bit about how did the last one go for you?
The last one was beyond. It definitely set the bar. The chefs, they came out, Bahamas. It was such an amazing experience. People didn't know what to expect. And right in the middle, we broke out in a conga line, like completely, So it was very, it's fine dining, but it's still Caribbean.
Yeah.
And that's the key to it, right? Like we're still embracing our culture, but we're also having this opportunity to taste food prepared by these chefs.
These outstanding chefs, as a matter of fact,
Absolutely.
brilliant in everything they do. This year, however, you add a little twist to the navigator's table. What's that?
That twist is having the first ever plant-based modern Caribbean fine dining. So everything is plant-based. We brought some of the top-notch chefs who have really made their way in the Caribbean plant-based space. As I said, it's the first time that this has ever happened in the region. So it's very unique and special. I'm very excited for people in Barbados to experience these chefs for the provisions. Yes.
And we get an opportunity on Saturday, on the 18th, to come taste and see and meet and engage with those who are preparing our plant-based food indeed. But we've grown up on this. Right, Nathan? Yeah. We've grown up on this, as a good old matron he is. This is what we do. We call it ground food.
Exactly.
And so we got some strength in our backbones. We got out there and we labored hard and we achieved and we succeeded. Our young people have somehow, however, grown up on a different diet.
Yes.
And we're saying, let's not turn up our noses at the land, the labor of the land or the fruit from the land, because it is good for the body. And so these folks who've joined us come with the experience in being able to do so as well, to take potato and make magic out of it in a way that satisfies our palates. So I'll let you introduce our first
So
chef.
our first chef is one half of Aunts and Uncles, which is based in Brooklyn, New York. And this is Nicole, affectionately called Nick, who represents St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Trinidad and Tobago. By way of Canada.
Yeah, you're all mixed up. There. But aunts and uncles, I like the concept to begin with. I like the name, indeed. So talk to me a little bit about designing that business and how did it come about? How are people responding to it?
It's amazing. The restaurant is based in Flatbush, Brooklyn, which is what we consider Little Caribbean.
Oh, yes.
Where my husband was born and grew up. I'm originally from Toronto. The first place I landed was in Flatbush. So it's a melting pot of all the Caribbean islands in one. It was important for us to create the space there, especially, and also to introduce plant-based eating to a community that, kind of suffers from diabetes, high blood pressure. I lost both parents to cancer, so it was important to give another way of eating and kind of taking it back to the roots, as you said.
Yeah. But it also required you to curate something that fits the palate.
Yes,
there are
of
people
course.
who needed to understand what the flavors are like. And so how
Exactly.
easy or difficult was that for you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we thought it would have been difficult, but we just wanted to stick to what we always grew up on, you know what I mean, which is plant-based food. And then it's all about the flavor. We always say you take one thing, you don't season it or give it any love, it's going to taste like nothing. And that's just what you have to do, put some love into it, and there you go. And now we have a strong customer base that is not predominantly plant-based. So it's particularly fun to introduce plant-based food to the community.
So while you're here at the Navigators table, what have you done so far, first of all, and what are you expecting to do?
Meaning
So far,
since we've been here? Oh yes, well as Nika said, we had the opportunity to go to the farm and definitely get a lay of the land. But we're excited to start creating in the kitchen in the next couple of days. So the first day is today.
Yes.
We'll be cooking for the kids in the school. So we're going to make them something fun and plant-based. So we'll see how they receive it.
Let's see how they go. We tend to turn our faces up at that kind of thing, you know. I'm not so sure. I wanted the other flavors, the fast food bits and that.
Right.
And you're saying, no, for just a moment, hold on.
Just give it a try.
Give it a try. Give it a try. You'll fall in love for sure.
Yeah.
And so what's generally been the acceptance of plant-based food at aunts and uncles? Jen, how would you describe that?
The acceptance, it's definitely a lot of surprise. And, you know, it's just like, wow, I didn't know that this can taste like that. Like you could take a sweet potato or you could take, you know, the greens that we do and create all these different dishes. We are, Caribbean food is the core, but we call ourselves dual citizens. Like I was born and raised in Canada, Mike is born in the US, so we have like a lasagna on our menu. We have a really great burger, but they're all influenced with Caribbean flavor and love. So, you know, it's always very surprising to our guests.
But the girl born in Toronto, though, the Canadian in you,
Yes.
you know, you were exposed to the Canadian culture.
Not
Or were you
really.
oh, really?
At school,
The
but when
Vincy
you get in
culture
that
stuck
house,
with
we
you?
were just talking about it. When you get in that house, it's a Trini and Vincy household. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't change it for the world, you know? So it's
made it
embedded.
easy for you.
Yeah, really easy.
But you've created a business that says aunts and uncles. So in other words, we come dine with family.
Yes.
We come dine with family. And the aunts and uncles were always the older ones
Yes.
who knew how to just add the right thing and the right amount of this or that to make it so delightful.
Yes, of
And then they
course.
share stories.
They share stories. They're like the cool parents, we say. You know, those things you can't say to your mom and dad. You find your aunts and uncles. And, you know, Mike and I come from really big families. I'm one of 7. He's, you know, combined one of 6, but we have a lot of aunts and uncles. My mother was one of 13, as his mother as well, 12, 13. So we have so many, and they've influenced us in such great ways.
Oh.
So it was just almost like to pay homage to them and call
So
the space
different.
aunts and uncles.
So
and now,
similar to mine
Yeah.
as well, because I also come from a very large family, aunts and uncles, enough children.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what's on the menu generally, on your menu at aunts and uncles?
We have a
Soup?
dish. We have a soup. We usually have a soup. We have a
Grumpy
soup. We actually have a soup that lives on the menu all year round. This is actually the first summer where we don't have soup, but soup is a definite favorite in the restaurant. We have something called all green everything, which is all greens. So, you know, we use broccolini and things like that. We have a callaloo. We do curry. We do all different types of things on the menu, yeah.
So we can still enjoy it.
Yes,
That's
of
the whole
course.
point. We can still enjoy it while you tackle some of the other health concerns as well by the way you mix and match everything.
Exactly.
But food starts with the eyes.
Yes.
So,
Presentation is key.
talk to me.
It has to be beautiful. People eat with their eyes, you know? So, like I just said, presentation. So you have
Good.
to make sure it looks really good. My husband has a lot of fun with that. You know, a lot of color.
He's the creative genius here.
Yeah. The food
So-
has to look alive and, you know?
So when we come meet you at the Navigators table, that's what we're getting from you. That experience, that background, that woman and who looks at food, makes it presentable, delightful to eyes, but then delicious to the taste as well.
You have to want to dance.
There you go. And so, are you looking forward to Saturday?
I am. You know, this is the first time that we've taken on a residency, you know, thanks to Mika and always thinking of us. And it's going to be exciting. You know, we serve so many people in a day in one service, but this is just, it feels very different.
Yes.
So as I am nervous, I'm excited.
Nice, nice. Chris,
Hello, sir.
how are you doing, buddy?
Give thanks. It's good to be here. on
You
my
hear the
favorite
Jamaican
app.
here, right? Now, Jamaicans tend to find themselves often in the bush. And that is not a bad thing. It's not a bad
No,
thing.
not
It's
bad.
different from how we on this side of the Caribbean tend to exist. And so it's in the bush that you were doing your farming. You have a spread of land because you believe in consuming from the earth. What started that for you?
Oh, it reminds me of a question when they asked Bob Marley, and they said, Bob, how you start out singing? And he said, I started out crying. So I started out farming straight out the belly. My family is, you grow up in what you call a banana walk. So the house is in the middle of the banana walk, You have plantain over here, you have an ackee tree over here, you have a mango tree over here. So food was always at your fingertips. And you mentioned the love before. Food was always treated with love. So it created this strong affection, not just for food, but for the aunties and the uncles and all the people that were taking care of you and providing you with beautiful meals and sustenance and love.
And Dennis Bajan last found you in the bush. Just kidding.
You jumped to that quick, man.
But, you know, I want to stay in the bush for just a moment,
Yes.
because it's in the bush that oftentimes our ancestors would have used other means of preparation of food.
Yes.
Is that what you do as well?
Part of it is, yes, is to highlight the traditional ways of cooking, but also the traditional flavors, which you also mentioned before. I mentioned pimento, which the world knows as allspice, but we have pimento trees all around us. So that's a flavor that's going to purvey a lot of the food that we're providing. We have done like jerk in earth style cooking as well. We do a lot of grilling. I have to confess here, I am not the chef. I am the farmer.
Yes.
My wife, Stush, is the chef. And some of the things you mentioned, like you eat with your eyes first, that's her motto. She loves this thing called the kiss of fire.
Ooh.
So any dish that really excites her tends to have the kiss of fire. And I mean real open fire, flames blazing, fire going up, and you're getting that char. That's her all over.
But fire is energy.
100%.
Fire is energy. And so I just like this. That's why it's called Stush in the Bush, your business.
Well,
She's the chef.
she's the Stush. Yes. And if you see me on a regular day, you'll definitely know that I'm the bush. so that's where it really comes from.
Are you having a good time while you're here so far?
Every time. I love Barbados. I mean, I always, when I go back to Jamaica, it's a little strange because it's like two loves.
Yes.
Which one do I love more? You know, you have the beautiful coastline of Barbados, the free access to all the beaches, and our first stop, and I'm plant-based, but I have to stop at Oystons when I get here.
It's
my first stop because I get my grilled fish on, and then I'm good for the rest of the time. On the beach, we visit family. So we've really got a really strong connection to Barbados.
Nicole, you heard that, right? Oystons.
I did. I mean,
You went there too?
No, not yet.
Okay, you'll go there shortly.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Shortly. And so far, how has the business been going though, Kurt?
In Jamaica? Oh man.
Or have you franchised?
We're working on it. We're working on it, definitely for sure. Well, we started out in our bedroom. We have it was our studio apartment. And folks really impressed on us that they wanted to come and dine with us. Because initially we were just doing product. We're at all the food events, and someone forced their way in and said, "You better cook for us on the farm in the bush." We were like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're coming. We're bringing 6 friends." And then it turned to 8. It was a birthday party. And they loved it. And from there, you know, we started to branch out, having guests coming in on the regular, small groups. And now we're seating 30, 40 people per seating. We've won pretty much every award in Jamaica for cooking. And last year we were honored to be one of the inaugural 50 best restaurants in North America, the Caribbean, and Canada. So I couldn't ask for any more better
We
success.
can't ask for anything more either.
And we're coming to Barbados. Let me throw that in there. Next up.
Very soon.
Next
We have
up.
forest areas in Barbados as well.
Yeah, bush here. Yeah, bush here.
And so, folks, I'm giving you a taste of what you will experience on Saturday at the Navigators Table at the Wyndham Grand. This is a collaboration with the Best Dressed Plate, with Wyndham Grand and the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. And I keep asking myself as I'm listening to these stories, Nika, where do you find these people? They're so fun and they're so purposeful in what they're doing.
Yes. It's a lot of work because it's not, I really stress that it's not only about having a lot of followers, right? It's the talent, It's the social element, like are they able to engage with the guests? And I've been fortunate enough to always select the right ones who have a good mix of everything.
Yeah.
It's not always about the followers, it's about the connection. And as you have seen here, sitting here with them, you can automatically feel that connection and the talent, and of course the love for our culture. And with these chefs, they love our culture, and you can see it in what they do. And then when you taste the food, as Nick was saying, you know, the flavor is there.
Yeah.
The ingredients is there, and that's the key to that kiss of fire.
She linked it all well, beautiful. And so the Navigator's Table is this Saturday, this coming Saturday, what
It's
time?
a Saturday. 6 o'clock is the cocktail hour.
Okay.
Joachim is doing some Grenadian niceness there.
I'll come to him in a moment.
And then we have the dinner. I really don't go into what the dinner, people have to see it to experience it. I don't share the menu prior either. It's the element of surprise. And I really just want to holistically build what a Caribbean fine dining experience is. And if you come, you experience it, you revel in it, and you want to come back. This year, the second one that we're doing right now, so many people who attended the first one, they're all coming back for the second one. So, yeah.
It was really good. It was really, really good. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we meet some others who will be sitting at the Navigator's Table preparing for you the Caribbean experience of a lifetime. Stick around. We're right back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Taste of what will happen on Saturday. Saturday, 6 o'clock, cocktail hour. Then the first seating is at 7 o'clock at the Wyndham Grand. And I really want you to book your space as soon as possible. Don't miss this opportunity. We have outstanding chefs from all over the world, but connected and rooted in the Caribbean. And so one of those who's rooted in the Caribbean but lives in Ireland in the UK is a Barbadian. His name is Nathan Collymore. Nathan, good morning.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
You're home.
Yeah, 100%.
How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It feels like I think we've been talking about being purposeful. Like it's just really special to like come home because like my grandparents left here and went to the UK. My grandfather left here to become a chef in the UK. So like coming home is like it's something like really, really special. Like everyone's like just really excited back home that like I'm here and like it's really special being here by myself without my family as well, which is like really cool. So like everything is just like, it's a whole experience. So I'm just like super excited.
The way you cook, is that influenced by who you are?
100%. Like,
what does that mean?
It's hard to explain, but it's like, because obviously like I'm Bayesian, like, but then like you have the outside influence of London and like you have even more specific, you have the South London, and that's where like all the Caribbean people are. So it's like you have it's just a melting pot. I think when people talk about Brooklyn, they say they have that sort of like melting pot of Caribbean people. We have the exact same thing in like the UK, especially in London. So it's like, yeah, you just have those influences of like Jamaican, Guyanese. Like it's not just Bajan inside like the whole of like South London. So it's just like, yeah, you just feel everything that comes out on the plate from how I perform on, like, basically.
But you know how we cook in Barbados?
Yes, 100%.
That's some spicy.
Yeah.
So we want flavor as number one. Everything else falls in line thereafter.
Yeah, definitely.
And is that what you do in Islington?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you find the produce to use though? Because it's so different from what we have here.
We import, but a place in Brixton, South London, like kind of the home of like Caribbean people. Like, so we go there. We go to Brixton Market. We bring everything from Brixton Market, and then we put it on the menu there. That's how we get everything here.
What's your favorite root crop ground provision that you like to prepare?
At the moment, cassava. I'm loving cassava right now. So yeah, it's like one of my favorites, definitely. Like,
you see the Bajan in me, right? Have you tried the breadfruit?
Yeah, I love breadfruit. I've got something special coming with breadfruit, like for the menu. So yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nika. We don't yet know what's being served on Saturday night.
I'm so sorry.
You went and opened your mouth as a good Bajan.
Like I said, I'm really excited.
and that's what you become very, very creative with what you have.
Yeah.
And so in the Caribbean, that's how we grew up. We become creative with what we have, and then we are now exporting this to the world, and the world is saying, "Hey, did not know, love it indeed." And so generally, the response has been favorable for you in Islington.
Yeah, Islington.
Islington,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, definitely. I think, well, we're number one restaurant right now. Like in Caribbean terms, we're like number one in Caribbean and vegan food. So it's like, we're just super busy. And what's amazing about it is not just vegan people who come to the restaurant, and it's not just Caribbean people. Even though like when I'm on the restaurant floor and I hear people say, this is like a space for us, like, which is really special. But it's also special that the doors are open to everybody to come there and just enjoy Caribbean food. Like, obviously it's my perspective, but it's like they get to come and eat Caribbean food like at a high level, and there's not too many places in the UK that do it like how we do it. So yeah.
You use the word vegan. I don't want to scare the audience. You know, they hear that and they think, oh my gosh, that's not for me. I don't do vegan. You guys are so different. And so talk to that person who's ignorant, and I use that in quotations, of what vegan food truly is and how flavorful it actually is.
Well, you got to remember, like, to bring flavor, you need plants anyway. So like everything that makes everything else taste good is always from the ground anyway. But so you have vegan food that like you can have good for your soul, but you're bringing that flavor into it. So it's not, you're not missing anything. You know what I mean? It's good for you and it tastes good. So it's like, why would you not want to try something like that? And most of the time on your plate, you're going to have vegetables anyway. So yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. it's literally a why not question. Yeah.
The Bajan in you, does he do soup?
Yeah, we do soup.
You have soup then?
With dumplings?
Yes, yeah. Hard dumplings is one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely.
Made with what?
Well, so I make cassava flour dumplings.
That's what you want. You like made with what? That's what you needed that signal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because it's vegan, I know you don't do pigtails and those kinds of things.
No, but like you can mimic that.
You can?
Yeah, so I can make sauce. Like, just obviously it's not made with animals, but like you're not gonna miss anything. If I make you something, you won't miss it. I promise.
And you have to remember, food is flavor.
Yeah.
Food is flavor. So even if you're cooking sauce and it's not seasoned properly, you're not gonna love it. Yeah. So when you add your spice and you add your flavors and you add your fresh ingredients, that's what makes it sing. So what we do with vegetables, all of us here from different platforms, is make vegetables sing. We coined the term in Jamaica, sexy vegetarians.
Ooh.
So when you're coming to us, don't expect nothing boring. We don't even use the word vegan, the V word. We try to avoid that because it does create some connotations. We just provide good, flavorful food. Food that Well, our tagline is fall in love with your food. So that's what we want you to do on Saturday. We want you to fall in love with plant-based food and make you think that, oh man, I don't think I can go back to eating meat after this.
Exactly. So we know of burgers and all those. So is yours fast food or fine dining?
It's fine dining. It's modern Caribbean.
Mostly fine dining Caribbean.
Yeah.
All right.
There's no burgers on our menu. No.
So generally on the menu is what we'd expect for fine dining.
All right. So we have a bunch of small plates to start off with. So you'll have but they're all interesting different takes of different islands of what people do on. So we have falori there, but we add kimchi to it. So there's a kimchi falori. You know what I mean? So that's different.
Oh.
And then when you move to the big plates, you'll have more familiarity of things. But so we do a jerk skewers, but then you're going to have it with a jollof rice. So we're trying to influence the whole diaspora onto the menu now. So you're not. It's you're traveling around on the menu, which is I think an amazing thing to do.
But you do something with oxtails, don't you?
Yeah, so we make our own version of oxtail.
Gotcha. Don't spoil the surprise for Barbadians. It's oxtails.
Yeah, so we do
that's
a Potts version of
Right.
oxtail. Yeah, definitely.
You know, as I listen to all of these, Nika keep asking, are you a chef?
No.
You're just
I'm
you're
an
foodie. So I asked that question because you don't have to be a chef to be there on Saturday night.
No.
Just be a good, authentic foodie.
Yes.
Come, taste, and see. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
And enjoy the company, enjoy the camaraderie. You see how fun these folks are?
Yes.
They're bringing that level of fun to you as well as you engage with the food and the fellowship and the savoring and the excitement.
And the Caribbean hospitality.
Caribbean hospitality,
that's
indeed.
something you can't get anywhere else than
because
from us.
we bring a totally different energy to the room
Yes,
as Caribbean
sir.
people.
Yes,
and
sir.
that's what we're having on Saturday night. Remember, the cocktails are at 6. The dining starts at 7 at the Wyndham Grand. But you need to call early o'clock and sort yourself out so you get in. So do that fast, folks, and make sure you're in there indeed. Come rub shoulders with these chefs and the other partners who are part of this process as well. And let's celebrate Barbados in all of what it can do. So to the farm you go today.
Yes.
And hopefully they'll be pulling from the earth and the ground.
Well,
Fresh.
we did the farm yesterday.
Yeah, but
today we're doing the Ministry of Agriculture has a youth summer camp.
Right.
So the chefs, Nick and Joachim, are going to be doing cooking demos for the youth at the camp today. So they're going to show them plant-based. I can share what they're cooking because that's not. So Nick is going to do mac and cheese.
Ooh,
I mean, we're in Barbados.
After all.
Yes. And then Joachim is going to do a nice fruit salad.
Ooh, Joachim, that's you now. Grenada. You're the jab man. You are also the oil down man. How much of that influences what you do?
When I think about Grenada, I think about rebellious people. I think about the way unapologetic in just being ourselves black, Sure. And that's the same thing I do when I cook, just stick to
Right, so I'll tell you what, you hold that thought for just a moment while we sort something out there with your microphone. But it's what this is all about, folks. It's the navigator's table. We are navigating tastes. We're navigating different ways of presenting food and creating food to start with, using, in this instance this year, around ground provisions, the things that we grew up on, the things that we know oh so well, the things that we understand by its look, its texture, all of those kinds of things. And that's what food is about. And as a good foodie, Nika could tell you, that's what it's truly about.
It is. I have to come back to the whole creating of this. Being able to partner with BTMI, they saw the vision. Because as you said, people came to the Caribbean for sun, sea, and sand, and now people are coming to savor the Caribbean. And part of that is eating well. Paul Carmichael, that's what he doesn't call it fine dining, he says eating well. And eating well is eating our food. And knowing that it doesn't always have to be a street food, it can be fine dining. And what better place to do that than in one of the top hotels? That's
right.
Something that's totally different either. No one ever brings in these chefs from the Caribbean to be in a residency. So creating this dinner with the Wyndham Grand and BTMI to kind of really, number one, for Barbados, BTMI to say, we are the culinary capital, we're first, right? we recognize that culinary it's something that they really need to invest in. And Wyndham Grand also recognizing that bringing in these chefs and having these different themed residencies is really showing the variety of what we can do with our food.
Absolutely. Mr. Rebellious. Sorry about that. We have your microphone, we believe, sorted out now. So let's talk a little bit about what you're bringing, the passion with this rebellion in food, a riot that you're creating in food.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's just about embracing, who we are, and that's the same thing I just do when I cook, just utilizing food from the land. I believe that we have everything to nourish our bodies. Right there, Grenada is a big garden of herbs. It's not bush. It's just a garden, flora, fauna, and herbs, and
right.
not just spice. I feel like it should be called Isle of Spice and Herbs. And yeah,
you seem to have a lot of fun in what you do, preparing what you prepare. How much time do you invest in a day? Just dreaming of something new or something else to try.
Every day I get out and I ground, and I'm just inspired by the birds, the trees, Yeah, and new things just keep coming.
Yeah.
You can't get to execute all,
But presentation is also a part of what you're big on, isn't it?
Definitely.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I try to keep the presentation like with a Caribbean look, not trying to follow the trend of the international plating style.
Yes.
Yeah, like just using natural as possible.
The banana leaf.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So, just out of curiosity, are we going to have a banana leaf experience?
Listen.
Just might be bringing the waterfall to the window.
Apologies, but just curious. So on okay, you're having a moment with the children today, and you're going to take some time, no doubt, to not just prepare for them, but to show them and sell them the value of ground provisions and what it means to the body as well. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes, man. Yeah, especially with what I'm making for them, the fruit salad. I believe that is one thing we need to be eating more, because I feel like in the Caribbean, too much of it wastes. Yeah. So I'll be happy to make that appealing to these children today and see them in action. Yeah.
But you say, you're right. You live in a place where everything is right there. I mean, literally right there. And given the volcanic nature of your island as well, it is so rich for vegetation and also for food. And so you do live in nature. You use nature to create what you do and to make sure that everyone lives in a healthy and consumes what's healthy as well. And so I commend you, my brother.
Yes,
Joachim,
man,
I'm looking forward to what you prepare on Saturday as well. That's different. And your presentation on Saturday as well. Yeah, maybe I'm right. I don't know. But only one way to find out, which is Saturday. Show up on Saturday.
Yes.
So let's remind people again, time and those kinds of details.
So the cocktail hour is at 6 o'clock. And then the main course starts at 7:30. And it goes straight through an experience of eating well, provision style, at the Wyndham Grand.
Indeed. It's Navigator's Table number 2, folks. We had some others who were here last year. They had a ball. They really left lasting memories for all of us. So we shall turn up again and bring others along to the Wyndham Grand this Saturday. Cocktail hour, 6 o'clock, 7:30. We start to sit at the table and enjoy all of the brilliance of these chefs who are here and more. And we enjoy the drinks as we wash it all down as well. But it's unforgettable, the moment. And Nika, again, I thank you. I thank this Wyndham Grand and the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated for coming together to do this, to bring the best of the Caribbean to Barbados. And I know you're taking this to the rest of the Caribbean as well.
Yes.
We're very jealous of that fact, but nonetheless.
But you were the first.
We got it first. Thank you so much, Nicole. Good to meet you, Nicole. And thank Chris, my brother, my slush in the bush. Nathan and Joachim, thank you for coming to me as well this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Mornin Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I asked her at the top of the show, what do you know about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Oh, I'll get to find out now because I'm joined by a little master in this art form indeed. But next to him is one of his coaches, Coach Delisa. We have little master Tajay Blackwood in the middle, and across from us is Coach Felix. Oh, they're all into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Champion, how are you?
I'm good.
How many years again have you been doing this?
For 3 years.
Since you were born, right? That's a yes. And so this yellow belt represents what level?
I'm in a high level.
A high level? I asked him before we started, can you throw me to the ground? Are you stronger than I am? And you said?
Yeah.
You think so? That's all of your imagination. I like that. Do you love the sport?
Yes.
What about it do you love?
I love how it teaches me self-defense. And if I ever had to go in a fight against someone, I would know how to defend myself.
So how would you defend yourself?
By them in a chokehold or doing some moves.
Have you ever had to use it, those skills, to defend yourself?
No, not yet.
Not yet, indeed. So generally, you go to space and you practice. And you're taught all of this. For the last 3 years, this is what you've been doing.
Yes.
And you think it's fun. Do you think other young people like yourself should do this?
Yes.
Why?
Because if you had to ever get in a fight and a person's trying to bully you and they're talking stuff about you, I think you should just do it.
Defend yourself.
Yeah.
But it starts with something in between the ears, which is your mind, right? How you assess and approach the situation, doesn't it?
Yes.
And how much time have you spent thinking about what this sport requires you to be?
A year.
How old are you, by the way?
10.
A baby. I could throw me down. I wish you luck. You want to try it now?
Yes, sir.
No, listen. Can you hand wrestle? Oh, that's what I'm good at. Don't worry about it. So, Coach Delisa, let's talk about this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is it popular in Barbados? Has it been here for a little while?
It has been here for a little while. We've been in operation for about 5 years, 6 years maybe. I myself have joined for the past 3 years, and it has been growing in popularity with especially the women, women these days, and we've seen a lot of kids.
Oh, that's great. Tajay says it is good for us self-defense. And that's what you say to the women as well?
Yes.
What is required of me if I want to now come do and try at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
One, an open mind. Yeah. It is not your typical sport. We don't most sports we're accustomed to standing up, moving forward, backwards, traditional movements. We do a lot of non-traditional movements. We actually get on the ground. It's very 3D. It requires a lot of some interest. You don't just turn up because you had to want to know, be curious about it. It requires a little bit of working through discomfort. In a lot of positions, you're sometimes literally under another person. There's pressure. We also deal with submissions, and it deals with working through discomfort, feeling that discomfort, knowing when to stop, tell your partner to stop. So those are some things that you would need.
As you were talking, we were showing to our audiences home, just what it's like. That's what happens generally when they are practicing and working out and just testing their skills as it goes. And so, Coach Felix, I know coming up later on this year, there's going to be a tournament here in Barbados.
That's correct.
When is it and what can we expect?
That is on the 8th of November. And since the very first one that we've run 3 years ago, we've experienced some exponential growth. It's almost parabolic. So we recorded the growth, we recorded the viewership, how many people are actually interested in coming to it, because it's a regional but international tournament as well. So we have invited participants from numerous countries. Right now we have Guyanese coming in, we have Jamaicans, Trinidadians, maybe some from Aruba as well too, St. Lucians, lots of other countries as well. The United States is usually there, Canadians are there as well too. And we would expect upward of, say, 150 participants. We are hosting it at the beautiful Golden Square, Freedom Park. Love it.
This is very public.
Very public, yes. And it's open, it's free to the public as well too. They can come and spectate, see what the sport is all about, the self-defense aspect of it as well too. Because especially for the little ones, this is a positive outlet for them to be able to exercise that feeling and sensation of heightened anxiety, fear, and just build that confidence as well too, because rather than trying to test it on a school ground or at home when they jump on their parents like ninjas, rather than that, when they slap and they fist bump that kid right in front of them, that child wants to beat them up as badly as they want to beat them up. Not in the traditional sense of, punching and kicking, because we don't have any striking in jiu-jitsu. But it's more so they have their eye on the prize and they want it and they're giving it their best shot, no matter how afraid they are, no matter how challenging or seemingly impossible it would be. They always build that courage to stand up and look forward. So we try to have that in a safe environment where they can project that at school as well too, when they have bullies.
Right. So that's why Tajay said that to me, that you feel you can knock me over. You have that in your... very good. I'm happy for you. So between now and November, there's going to be a lot of getting ready for this international tournament, right? And so how many, what do you call it? Houses, dojos? I don't know. What do you call groups of people who come together to do jiu-jitsu? Or there's only one space in Barbados? If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Officially, when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, we are the one official ones doing it on the island. We have 3 schools around the island as well too. One in Warrens, the other one in Silver Hill, and the most recent one is in Ho Town. With regards to the upcoming tournament, we open the invitation to anyone on the island who does either the Japanese style of Jiu-Jitsu, if they have grappling incorporated into their arts, i.e. karate. Anyone who has any experience and willing to come out and just test it on a friendly scale, we invite them to participate, and the invitation branches out to the rest of the Caribbean and internationally as well.
Tajay, are you looking forward to this November tournament?
Yes.
Why?
Well,
what about it?
I want to win another medal.
So when was the last time you won a medal?
2025.
Oh, it's too far to remember, right? Oh my goodness, that's ever since. And so here it is now, another opportunity for you to win another. What medal did you win back then in 2024, by the way?
Silver.
And this time you want to win?
Gold.
We're going for the gold. And so we shall go for the gold with you as well. So I wish you well. I really hope that you bring home the gold. And when if you should bring home the gold, does your belt color, the color of your belt change?
In stripes, yes.
In stripes? What does that mean?
It means that you kind of, stripes mean that you kind of like level up, and the more you get, like, so if this part of my belt is full, I might get a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Which.
So is black belt the highest level? I've always heard that when it comes to this kind of martial arts. Is black belt the highest level?
I think so.
Oh, it is. It is. Well, your black is creeping up. I hope it covers black all over your belt, and I wish you well in the upcoming tournament, okay?
Okay.
All right, my brother. That's Tajay Blackwood. What an unusual last name, I know you're saying to yourself, but he's with us. Indeed. And Coach Felix and Delisa, thank you so very much for joining us as well. I wish you well in your planning and your execution of the upcoming regional and international tournament in Barbados in November. All right? And Tajay, stay strong, my brother.
Okay.
My brother.
Yeah.
We'll take a break right here on Morning Barbados. We're right back with more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it?
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's get to some news now. Prime Minister Mayor Amor Motley says Barbados has topped the list of the 2026 Caribbean's ultimate winter escape destinations, put out by the Travel and Tour World. However, she says while this recognition is a major plus for the island bread and butter industry, she's cautioning stakeholders against complacency. She was speaking during the official opening of the Royalton Investments Barbados at Hull Town.
I do believe that is commendable. But I say to him, as I say to the minister and to the others in the ministry, we haven't reached there yet. So let us not become giddy. Let us not become distracted. Let us stay on course. Because I believe that with the right essence of everyone putting their part into this collectively, from investment to workers to regulators, that we can truly, truly, truly recreate ourselves in a way that allows us not just to provide thought leadership in this world, but to be a leader in tourism and hospitality development globally.
And to keep Barbados at the top of destination ratings, Prime Minister Motley notes that industry stakeholders must do what is necessary to maintain high standards.
We know that we are not the cheapest and will never be. But we must always, always, always be the one that offers value for money, and always give people that good old Bajan word that all of us were taught when we were small, satisfaction. When a Bajan tell you that they want satisfaction or to get satisfaction, all of us in here smile and know exactly what we mean when we say satisfaction. And that is what we want to be able to give every visitor who comes through these doors and comes to this country.
Barbados is taking steps to strengthen its emergency response system. The Department of Emergency Management has been mandated to work with its partners to redesign the disaster resilience program. Minister of Home Affairs and Information Gregory Nichols said in order to accomplish the task of redesigning the disaster resilience program, he's asked the DEM to start by reviewing the Emergency Management Act. He spoke to the importance of the mandate while addressing the opening of the Department of Emergency Management's Community Regional Conference at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre.
Look at the legislation, how we can improve it, look at our practices, how we can get more people to volunteer and train people in disaster resilience and all of the things that are necessary. But we ourselves have to be flexible and also have to encourage flexibility, recognizing the effectiveness of harmonizing a range of community responses. This also should allow for trusting local-led initiatives and organic responses. And that is important. Central government will not have all the answers. Local people on the ground will know the community much better and how to effectively reach those persons who are vulnerable and need it most.
The minister said stakeholders must move forward as a cohesive unit to ensure that community reliance and resilience is not just a concept on paper, but comes to life through collective action. And he has also challenged those attending the conference to review their own community programming and ensure they are fit for purpose.
Exchange your vital contact information with your neighbors, your colleagues. Review your own emergency preparedness plans for your homes. Or better yet, volunteer to help your local district emergency organization, and if you have even more time, the Department of Emergency Management, to map out the community's local resources, the vulnerabilities, and the risks and evacuation routes in the event of any hazard or emergency.
Dialysis treatment is coming under renewed focus, with government revealing that millions of dollars are spent annually to provide care for patients with kidney failure. Minister of State in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Davison Ishmael, told Parliament that while dialysis remains a critical service, the recurring cost places significant pressure on the public purse.
A single dialysis session, Mr. Speaker, is estimated to be $1,000 to $1,500. $1,000 to $1,200, Mr. Speaker, my apologies, per session. $1,000 to $1,200 per session is what it costs. And given that patients require, Mr. Speaker, multiple sessions in any given week, 3, sometimes 4, you can already see that there is a massive recurring draw on our health budgets.
Minister Ishmael says the public system also relies on private providers, with government spending just more than $4 million last year outsourcing dialysis treatment.
Mr. Speaker, the QH alone had approximately 17,544 dialysis sessions in 2025. I'll say that again for you, Mr. Speaker. 17,544 dialysis sessions were done last year at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital alone, at $1,000 to $1,200 a session. And we outsource a lot of our dialysis treatment to sales, as the Honourable Member and Minister would have said. We outsource a good portion of our dialysis treatment to the private sector. And that cost to outsource dialysis treatment in 2025 was $4,565,561.
And that's news until now. More news coming up at noon right here on TV8. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 11 minutes after 7 o'clock this Thursday morning, and you know how we love to celebrate exceptional young people. Young Barbadians are doing some tremendous things for self and also for country. And so we love to really highlight when they do very, very well. And for us, very, very well is just is an achievement. Any achievement is very well. And so we're happy to be joined this morning by champions in themselves in martial arts, just back from a recent tournament in Trinidad and Tobago, in Dino Whitney and his younger brother, Dini. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
You can tell, yeah, they're twin. They're identical indeed, but this is the older of the two. And with them also is their martial arts instructor in Ronald Phillip. And with us, my good friend, the Reverend Martin Taylor, who is the program officer for sports of the Barbados Youth Advanced Corps. Gentlemen, welcome as well. Martin, I'll start with you. Sports and the Youth Advanced Corps. Let's talk a little bit about that initiative in the Youth Advanced Corps and the opportunities that it really provides for the Barbados young people.
Yes, we have a lovely sports program. We cater for 6 sports: volleyball, cricket, netball, martial arts, road tennis, and what's the fifth one, Coach, fellas? Was one I'm missing? Football.
Football.
We have teams enter in the BC Division 2 competition for cricket. We enter under 19 schools football. We enter the BNA's netball competitions. We also enter in the road tennis. Shaquem Nurse won Barbados' best road tennis player. He was one of my trainees. We also enter martial arts. So wonderful sports program. You can find your niche in playing sports with us.
And there's such benefit that flow there from it for the individual. Let's talk a little bit about the way the programs are structured so that the individual learns and earns from this.
Yes, sport gives a discipline that comes from no other activity. Learn to work as a team. Have to be on time, sacrifice, discipline. So the discipline that sports gives, I find, is beyond compare.
And a lot of times people tend to think, oh, the Barbados Youth Advanced Corps is for those troublesome boys.
Far from.
Troublesome girls. Far from.
Far from. Our programs extends to those who are academically gifted, to those who need some remediation. For sports, those who are extremely talented, for those who are now learning. So we have a wide range of activities for all types of persons.
I also like the fact that it is not just local. You are allowing the students of the Youth Advanced Corps to try their skills other places, thus this visit to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, the world is their oyster, and we were invited to participate in the Pan-Caribbean Wrestling Championships over last weekend in Trinidad and Tobago, where they competed with some students from all over the region. They were successful in that competition, and they and Team BYAC has now qualified to go to a competition in France in October.
Thanks to them.
Thanks to them. So they've now started preparing from, we got back Monday, and they were in the gym on Tuesday.
Wow.
And they're preparing now to go to France in October.
There's no rest at all. Coach Ronald, this is at you now, because you saw something in them, something that you worked with and developed as well. Let's talk about spotlighting skills and talents and helping the young people to hone those skills and talents. From your perspective, how is that for you?
Okay. As I always say, first of all, thanks for having me. As I've always said, BYAC is a hub for natural talent. There are a lot of talented young people in that program. And what we do as coaches is try to zone in on these talents. And as you quite rightfully said, I saw the potential in them and a few more, but as I always tell them, this race is not for the swift, but he who endures. And these two young men endured. The training was not easy. Sometimes I'm in the background trying to say, don't give up, don't give up. But I know that's the only way for them to succeed. Mm-hmm. And they proved me right. They went to Trinidad and they did well because we as I said to them, Trinidad is not the finished product. Think about the World Championships in France, and I think that was more on their minds and qualifying for that, and they both of them performed well.
Did you travel to Trinidad with them as well?
Yes, please.
And
yes.
So the nervous Nettie sitting at the side watching. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about those moments when they didn't quite do as well as you wanted them to.
Yes, but overall, because Barbados does not have as many competitions to prepare for such tournaments, they going in there, yes, you're a bit nervous. You're like, okay, these other youngsters have more experience than them, and you're hoping that something will work out because you're not sure who they're going to bat upon, luck of the draw, that type of stuff. But it all worked out well, and they got an opportunity to see what's next. Mm-hmm. Okay, as the Reverend said, the world is the oyster, and we need to start to prepare and set an example for other young people to say, hey, look, when you come into the Barbados Youth Advanced Corps, you're not just coming to drill. There are other opportunities, especially in sport. Yeah. And look at where they will be going to France.
Indeed.
I've never been to France.
Neither have I. Getting to go through sport.
Through sport.
And through the BYAC.
Yes, so it's really a wonderful opportunity to be here. Celebrating their success. Yeah. Yes.
You're blinding me with your hardware, sir. Congratulations. You're wearing it proudly. Yeah. How was the competition for you?
It was exhilarating. Mm-hmm. It was, you could say it was a first-time experience. I did learn a lot because there were other competitors that I seen done some things I've never seen before, and things I've seen before, but they've just executed really better than I did. However, I just thought if I just kept it simple and just stick to the training, I would do really well, which I did.
But along the way to doing very well as you did, you had some little missteps. Did those mentally set you back, and how did you deal with those sometimes third or fourth place?
Okay, the missteps, it was my first fight, right? So it was my first fight in a different country with people I don't know. I was obviously nervous, right? So when that nervousness started to set in, it kind of threw me off, and I was starting to lose focus. And that's probably the reason why I set back to fourth place. But now, since I've gained the experience, I want to now use that to boost it for confidence and do better for France.
And so you were watching your brother as well to see how he was performing?
Yes.
And?
He was doing a little more better than I am.
And? Had your little ticked off, right? There's also sibling rivalry. There's always sibling rivalry.
All I wanted was him to come back safe, right?
Okay.
But I love
And so, Didi, how was it for you competing in the same space that your brother was competing in? And also, have your moments of setback for just a little bit?
Yes, obviously, it was our first experience going to a regional tournament, but obviously when I went on the mat and began to fight, it was a new ground set for me. I never fought this person in my life. I don't know what tactics he's going to do to me. So obviously, for some particular reason, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I was. I was nervous when I first came to the auditorium, but as I step on that mat, I don't know, I wasn't
You felt
nervous.
at home.
For some
You could
reason, it
handle
was like
this.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were confident in everything you've done to get you to that point.
I wasn't confident. I was just more sure that I have to focus. More like focus, not confident. Because confident is like ego. But for what I was just focused on the fight. So surprisingly, I wasn't nervous at all. I did pretty randomly well on the mat. But for some reason, I lose focus for some particular occurrence on the fight, and I guess you could say I threw the match, but
You're being honest. That's fine.
yeah, I'm being honest.
Was your coach ringing your ears all the while?
He did tell me some tips on the mat. Tell me do this angler kick and back fist. I'm like, all right, I tried, but
One, two.
At the same time, I'm just trying to focus that this opponent I'm fighting don't just blare out on me and just do something unexpected, because I don't know him. So that's my experience moving to the tournament.
Leading into the final, you were 3-4. You were in fourth. You were in third position.
No, he was in.
I was fifth.
You were fifth.
There were two.
You're fourth.
There were two categories.
There were two different categories.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the point sparring category.
Okay.
So that's where I think that's where they were more. They had more athletes in there as well. So yeah, that's where they had more time to analyze their fighting skills. So with the other category, the other guys were like, I saw guys come and register, and by the time they were ready to compete, they signed out. This guy's so big. I was like, they're not that big, you know. It's like, it's like, okay. All right, so it just created another opportunity for us, you know.
All right, so time for reset then. What is this? This is gold?
Yes. This is
and yours is gold as well?
Yes.
So in different categories? Or different what? Oh, yours is silver.
No, this is second.
First and second, but the category, they both got gold medals.
Okay.
Because they actually fought each other in the final, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it felt as if you were home again fighting, right? Each other, wrestling against each other, right?
Yeah.
And so, who won?
Me.
You know, I like the sibling rivalry, but it's fun. It's fun to do so. So now that you've attained your medals, you've risen to the top in your category as well. You're preparing, your eyes and open laser focus on France. What are you looking forward to most, Dino?
What I'm looking forward to
in France?
Well, the food, the women,
okay,
and of course the competition.
The competition.
But I'm looking forward to seeing new people, seeing the culture, and also it's just mainly for competition. I want to see the new environment. I want to see the what other things people were taught. I want to get a new learning experience of different parts of the world. So that's what I'm looking forward to in France.
What about you, Dini?
Like always, what he said, I want to learn the culture, the environment, what it's like, and.
Okay, in terms of preparing now for the next stage of this international tournament in France, what are you doing?
Preparing for it? Well,
I know it's some way off, but you can't allow yourself to slip.
Right, so that's why we started our early training from now down to October, because you can't spare a second to waste onto this international tournament. You don't know who you might butt up. You don't know who you might expect to send you down to the ground. So, as my coach always said, work hard in the gym, have fun in the ring.
And find what?
Have fun in the ring.
And have fun in the ring.
Yeah.
Is that all you say to them, coach? I've been in the ring fighting for my life. Have fun in the ring?
Yeah, well, we do train hard. Right now, they've also enrolled in a boxing, because the ultimate goal, I think, would be to have them maybe fight for a belt later down. So they need to strengthen their boxing skills as well. So they've enrolled with former world champion Shaka Henry. So they're doing as well as doing the kickboxing training with me, they're also doing boxing with him to get everything solidified. So when they go in there, you know, we go in for a win, but I always tell them, I don't ever want to see you get hurt, you know. So go in there, have fun, come out uninjured, do your best.
That's right.
So once you do those things, I'm satisfied.
Indeed.
You know?
And so, Reverend Taylor, we come right back to the whole sports program now, because again, this is designed in a way that it projects a good future for our young people indeed. What other opportunities, I guess in all the disciplines, are available for the young people to be able to test their skills outside of Barbados? But what's the next one where young people have an opportunity to travel abroad and try?
Well, we are now working some logistics to get maybe 2 of our trainees to a program in England for cricket.
Oh, nice.
One of our coaches sends 2 athletes to England every year. So the aim is to send 2 of our trainees to England for that summer program in cricket. That's what we're working towards. But we also want to see there's an entire life of sport not playing. You can coach, you can be a physio, you can be an analyst, you can be a commentator, you can score in cricket. So it's to explore all those opportunities for them to see that there's a life, there's a living to be earned around sport, not only as a player. So it's to have them see that the sport is endless and what you can do.
Wow, I just love the program. This is fantastic.
Wonderful.
It's called the Barbados Youth Advance Corps. The word advance is in there for a particular reason, a very specific reason, and the only reason, allowing our youth to advance in disciplines as well, and learning discipline as they do as well. So, young brothers, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
The Whitney brothers, indeed, are champions, and they're going off as champions to represent Barbados in an upcoming tournament in France a little later this year. But the program is run by the Barbados Youth Advance Corps. They're under the tutelage of their coach, Coach Ronald, and the Reverend Martin Taylor, who runs the sports program indeed. To all of you, thank you for making Barbados so proud and grateful indeed. As a grateful nation, I say thanks. All right?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And of course, Martin, talk to us. Alicia will help you. Talk to us some more so we can highlight more of the excellence of our young people and our young men.
For sure.
In particular.
For sure.
For sure.
Most definitely.
All right. That's a promise. You're a Christian man.
Promise will be kept.
There you go, indeed. Morning, Barbados. Takes a break right here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're joined by Cecilia Nablett Brathwaite, who has done a study looking at assessing the impact of climate change and marine degradation and how that impacts our general non-communicable diseases and so for overall health. Cecilia, what a topic. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Pearson.
And you recently made a presentation out of your findings.
Yes.
What were your findings?
We want to start with the findings first. Okay.
You want to start with the process?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with the process then. How did you go about researching and digging to find the information that you found?
Okay, let me first say that Dr. Shelley-Ann Cox, she's a friend of mine. So I started to run this by her because I know that the fishing industry has an impact on our health and on diabetes and hypertension and stuff like that, because it's food, it's the food that we eat. And the lack thereof can also have an impact on how we live and on health. So the ecosystem plays a holistic approach in the whole thing. You would hear a word like degradation, which is the decline of ocean health on coastal systems driven by the activities such as pollution, the chemical runoff from the agriculture, the petroleum, and all these are things that would happen, causing stressors on the habitat, causing destruction. So you recognize now that you have, for example, in Beryl, all these boats, they were 90% basically gone, and all the challenges that we have financially contributing to the high prices of fish. And the sargassum contributing to the lack of fish and the availability of fish. And I recognize that all these things can affect health, especially persons in the 50 and older population. If you recognize we're aging population, and I usually target the 50 and over population. I was looking at the statistical data from the statistical department, and you have here persons 50 and over 2021, 9,348 in total. You have 3,598 males, 5,750 females. So there's a lot of persons in the 50 to 54 age group, that are older adults. So I thought to focus on that population, recognizing you have the menopause and the andropause and all of the physical and emotional challenges. And I think that fish is a really important part of our nutritional needs. Bring the nutritional needs to your body and the makeup, having the omega-3s and everything like that. So that's why we link. And I recognize that we usually have our disciplines individually. We have agriculture, we have the fishing industry, we have health. And I think it's a one health approach to this whole research.
But you then linked it to climate change.
Yes.
You could have simply said, well, there seems to be a scarcity of fish. We're not eating properly. We want to look at that and that alone. But then you looked at what is probably triggering that. And it took you to climate change.
Yes, it took me to climate change. But the Alliance for Transformative Action on Climate and Health, it states it supports countries that build climate resilient health systems, which reduces the health sector's carbon footprints by emerging all of these different disciplines. We had something at COP, which you have a COP health program, which looks at the Alliance for Transformative Action on Climate and Health in Geneva. So it's not only Barbados, so there are other countries looking at seeing how best we can merge our disciplines and triangulate our methods, as I always say, so that we can look to see the gaps and look to see where we can improve on some of these challenges. Because as we heard before in the research that we have going on right now for the DM, we're looking at how does the grassroots person feel about this? How does this impact you? How has climate change trickled down to impact the customer? So we're looking at things like that.
Is it that we're using catchphrases, or is this, I'm not trying to beat it down, but you understand what I'm saying. So we label every problem with a particular way because it fits the narrative.
Yes.
And this study proved to you that it is true, it is real.
Yeah, there are relationships between climate change, how we eat, the availability of fish. Because if we have challenges with our ecosystems and climate change and the sargassum, then we have less fish. Prices go up. And if fish is a part of our diet, a healthy part of our diet, then that is a gap that needs to be filled. We're looking at the health sector and the impact. So we're not looking at it in silos. We're looking at it holistically so that we can draw the link. And for example, if we have funding, let's say for health, and you have a climate change, we can see where we can give a little bit because we can see the end result. So we're looking at engaging all the sectors so that we can have a holistic one health approach to this whole perspective.
You mentioned the region. Did you engage the region to get analysis also from their experiences?
No, not engage in the region. From the literature review, I had to look at research that Dr. Cox did and other persons did in order to have some impact, some foundation to the research.
And so, out of the findings, you have found that by our on land and on shore behavior, we are affecting what happens with the sea, but you're also saying but what else is happening in the atmosphere in terms of the climate changes.
Yes.
That's also impacting how we receive our food from the sea.
Yes.
And we've grown up for many, many years living on food from the sea.
Yes.
But access is changing.
Yes, it is.
And it's that change in access that's affecting our rise in the non-communicable diseases as well because of what we choose instead to eat. And so let's zero in on some of the other findings you had from your study.
Well, we had a small sample before. We are like a pilot study before we're usually indulging in our big sample, and we had like 25 participants. We found that 68 females aged 50 to 59 years old, 45% of them had diabetes. We're looking at the hypertension, common conditions, 35.5% in the population that we interviewed. We're followed by obesity, 20.83%. So we're looking at the physical activity also, which was 44%, which engaged in several times a week, and 20% really did anything. So we're looking at all these impacts. We have the work-life balance. We're looking at these things because we're looking at the individual health of the 50 and over population. Menopause comes in that area. So we're looking at making sure that your bone health is good as well, and fish, omega-3s. We're looking at the link then between the sea and all of these things. So we're looking at not having sugar, we're looking at the hypertension, yes, but we're looking at these things in totality, looking at the overall health, we're looking at work-life balance, we're looking at physical exercise, we're looking at the knowledge, and we're looking at policy as well to see how best we can work at producing either a paper, if we're looking at producing research, so that we can inform behaviors if it's policy, inform behaviors at the grassroots level, so that we can create. For example, I was talking about the sedentary lifestyle of fisher folk. Sometimes they're just there selling for long hours, morning to night, just sitting at their table. So all of these are things that we can look at when it even looks at the health of our fisher folk.
Have you looked at cost? Because there's access, that's one challenge. Cost is another challenge for people today. Cost of living has changed as well. Is that a factor of your study?
Yes, the factor of the study is cost as well. And the cost comes sometimes because of lack. Sometimes you go far out of to the ocean to get your fish, because now you have the sargassum there, you have a lot of other different policies and stuff like that retard, going out and venturing into far lands, into far seas, And you look at the cost, because obviously then the cost goes up, demand and supply, then we can't get the things that we need. But if we take care of our oceans, and if we take care of these issues and our fisher folk, then things are a little bit better for us when it comes to pricing. Because if there's no sargassum, if there's no pollution, if there's low levels of all these things, then climate change gets better, because we play our part with the plastics and everything. You recognize then that less money is spent on these things, and then we can spend money, for example, on soil testing, and for example, the runoffs from agriculture, we can spend money on research, we can spend money on other things. So as I said before, although we're looking at the diabetes to see how best there's a relationship between the fish and the diabetes and the climate change being a pull and pull factor, then we can see how the cost would also be a factor there, a driver there.
So it's a full ecosystem.
Yes,
and they must all in some way connect well for it all to mean well at the end of it all. And so your study has now been completed. You made a presentation.
Yes.
What were some of the responses coming out of your presentation?
Well, I presented at the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries. Obviously, I was the only person doing health. So, I listened to the dredging, and I listened to the slime and all these different things. So I was the only person doing health. And it was quite interesting, because it was the first time that basically anybody did something like this. And it was well received. They didn't see the link at all. Because when I first spoke to Dr. Cox about it, she was like, Cecilia, this is very interesting. Well, we'd never really thought about that. And I said yes, because, after you get 50 and older, myself, you started to pay more attention to your health, pay more attention to work-life balance, pay more attention to what you eat. Fish is a good, healthy option. And you now look at the pricing. Can I afford all these things sometimes? You don't really like to sometimes you look at the canning. Yes, canning is okay, but fresh fish is often better. And sometimes we look at the high cost in our import bill. We have a kind of a heavy import bill when it comes to fish for certain things. And so all of these are things that we had to weigh in upon our research. So we're just looking to see how we can fill the gaps, because research is basically about filling gaps.
Yes.
How can I fill a gap? And this is a gap that I think that when you're looking at hypertension, the diabetes, we know we have high costs for diabetes in our hospitals. So we're looking at how can I what can I do? How can I play a part in reducing? And this also brings light on our fishing industry. It's hurricane season. It also brings light on if something happens again, if there's a challenge, how then can we bounce back? What can we do to mitigate? So, the SWOT analysis, looking at the strengths, the benefits, the weakness, and the threats. So they're looking at some of the threats.
Having completed this study then, what are you hoping would happen? I know that's what we tend to do. We tend oftentimes to create the narrative. We have the paperwork done, and then it sits somewhere. What are you hoping would happen with
Well,
this?
I did this study at the Diabetes Association's conference, which was well received, and at the one in fisheries. But, we go overseas and we speak to in other forums. We're looking at finishing a paper. We're looking at educating persons about the benefits. If the Ministry of Health would like to have a conversation, that would be great. When I worked in social work, because I have a degree in social work as well and a master's in social work, I recognize that social work and behavior change is not what it was before. We're now triangulating, so we have social work and environment, social work and crime. So we're looking at letting persons know the importance of social work. I want to just say thank you to Dr. Deborah Joseph. When I did my MPhil at KPhil and she asked me to do research in climate change, because she also worked in Met Office in Trinidad, I was like, well, I ain't come here to do my degree, and these people might do all these extra work and these things, and well, I ain't doing that with the climate. And then I started to love this, and I started to see the benefits, because she started to talk about mapping and the elderly, and if persons are lost in the thing. And these are all things. So we usually triangulate our methods, the holistic approach, the EM, all these different agencies can come about to see how well we can put policies and programs and papers so that we can benefit Barbados as a whole.
You brought useful information to us indeed, Cecilia. Thank you as always for the great work you're doing, and thank you for joining us to share.
Thank you very much.
You're
Have
very
a good
welcome.
day.
Morning Barbados is right back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The welcome stamp, as you recall, during our process with COVID, Barbados opened up the opportunity for many people to come live and work on this beautiful little island of ours we call home, and see all the possibilities that can flow therefrom. They can continue doing their work from wherever they work. It doesn't matter. But technology, it was driving that process. One man who grabbed the opportunity is Matt Hamilton. Now, Matt comes with a lot of experience. I'll let him explain that to you in just a moment. Matt, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you feel like a Barbadian now?
I'm starting to feel like a Barbadian. I've been here 5 years. It was a temporary thing, but I've been here 5 years now, and yeah, I feel as an honorary Bajan.
What does that mean? Describe for you what the honorary Bajan is.
Being able to walk down the road, talk to people, feel like I'm a part of the community, feel like I'm a part of the country. I understand a bit more about the culture. I've learned so much about Bajan culture, for example, through soca, right? So going along to the various events, the weekly soca parties as we're running up into crop over now, you know, it's fantastic seeing people and chatting to them. It really is great.
And the food?
The food, yes, I love the food, fantastic as well.
Good man.
And yeah, I have a local South lady who does, in my opinion, the best South on the island. And so, yeah, it's great.
You made a decision to take up the offer by the Welcome Stamp to come to Barbados. What was it about that offer that was so attractive to you?
The ability to, I think, work remotely. I mean, for me, actually, it kind of came about by accident. And it came about a conversation, actually, in a pub with a former colleague of mine. And he mentioned about the Welcome Stamp. And My wife is disabled. She's got a problem with her knee, and we were looking for a bit of a change of pace in life, and to come to a warmer climate certainly helps her a lot. So it was an opportunity we took up. And after a few more beers in the pub with my friend, I went home and I applied for the visas. And my wife thought it was a crazy plan, and we got accepted, and we came here, and that was 5 years ago. Within 2 weeks, we'd fallen in love with Barbados.
Are you enjoying our beers?
Yes, oh,
Good.
definitely.
Just want to be sure of that.
Oh, yes,
Indeed.
yeah. I'm a deputy man now, yeah.
Fantastic. And so here you are on our rock.
Yes.
And feeling the Bajan character as well. But you've come from a different place where services flowed a little differently from how it happened. And so you saw solutions.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of the things that you saw and you felt you needed to have a hand in.
Yeah, so there was a lot of things being here in Barbados. I discovered that small little frictions in life, trying to find something to buy, for example. You're looking for a particular thing and just try to find where on the island has it, for example. Or you're trying to find out what events are going on. Unless you know the right people to ask, or you're following the right people, say on Instagram or whatever, it's very difficult to find out, okay, what's happening tonight? So I started creating a number of like simple tools. So the first one called We Outside 246, I created last crop over. And it is an AI system that goes through Instagram and finds all of the events that are going on. So in one place, you can go to weoutside246.com and you see all of the events happening in order, no matter whether you follow the right people or whether you're visiting Barbados or whatever, you can see everything that's happening going on. But just trying to find products as well. There's somebody recently who was looking for a charger for their laptop. And they said, you know, I was driving around all over the place, I couldn't find it. You go on to, it's called You Getting True. So you're asking about how I'm getting in with Barbados.
You Getting True?
It's called You Getting True. YouGettingTrue.com. So You Getting True, you go on there and you can put in laptop charger and they'll say, okay, here's one. And whether it's Koymans or Carter's or Do It Best or a small retailer, it'll find it for you.
So you saw possibilities, you saw the solutions to some of those situations as they unfolded. But what's your background in all of this?
So I'm a software developer by trade, and I've worked in a number of different companies. I work for big companies like IBM, for example, doing AI and machine learning with them, and some startups. I've worked within the Web3 space as well, blockchain and cryptocurrency payments, that kind of thing. And yeah, so coming here, I was able to use those skills that typically I've been using in a much, how to say, like larger and anonymous market, right? Stuff I was building before, you don't know who's using it. Whereas here, I build a product, I'm stood in Do It Best, I was buying a new like soldering iron for a project I was working on, and the woman I was working, who was helping me, she said, oh, by the way, I like the apps you created, right? So I'm able to get a lot of immediate feedback and chat to people who are actually using these products. I mean, You Getting True is getting 4,000 searches a week in Barbados, which is amazing for, 280,000 people, and already getting that much traction of people using it.
Here it is. I'm interested in what happened here because size mattered in this instance as well. You've worked with larger consumers, but here it is, Little Barbados, our little 300,000 people.
Yeah.
And how do you see yourself now using what you've created here for Little Barbados, leveraging it across the region, which has a greater population?
Exactly. So I've been trying to set up an initiative called the Caribbean Civic Lab. And the idea is to use Barbados almost as a lab setting. I don't mean in a cold sense, but I mean in a sense I just described, that I can create something, put it out there, and very quickly get feedback from people. Yes, this is useful. We would like this feature, or this needs to change, or whatever, very, very quickly. So it's much faster to develop. The idea being to then develop these things, test them here within Barbados, and then look to deploy them to wherever it may be, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Jamaica, around the Caribbean. Because the big thing I've realized is that you can't just sort of cherry pick some existing solution from, say, Silicon Valley and put it here in Barbados. It doesn't work. It's a much more informal way in which commerce works. You can't imagine a shop down on Swan Street putting in a big digital ordering system, right? So the way commerce works in Barbados is a lot more informal. It's on Instagram, it's WhatsApp messages back and forth between people. It's not so structured as it might be in some other countries. And that's a great thing. There's a personal relationship. It's lovely. But it needs it's difficult to then find things sometimes, whether you're coming to Barbados or whether you already live here. My sales lady now comes to me and says, Matt, you know more about Barbados than me. So she comes to me and asks me where to find things.
No, she just led you into what I wanted to ask next, which is you called some names, Jamaica, St. Lucia, as though you know the Caribbean well, Swan Street. So how well do you think you now know the region, and how well do you think you now know Barbados? Can you drive without having to follow any of the navigational devices?
Yeah, I can drive. I can drive from most places around here. I could drive up to St. George to go visit a bar there and stuff like that. So or whatever. So I can drive around. I know my way around the island pretty well. For the first 2 years, I actually didn't have a car and I used to cycle everywhere. So I learned a lot through that, cycling around. Now I drive around. A lot of people may have seen I've got a little lilac mini moke, and I drive around a mini moke, and everybody wants to come and talk to me about it because their grandfather had a mini moke or their mother had a mini moke or whatever. So it's great. So I know a lot more about Barbados. The rest of the islands, I want to learn more about. I don't know yet. Barbados is the only island in the Caribbean I've actually been to. So
all of the islands are uniquely different, but they're special. Each of them is so special. The decision to make this move to Barbados, though, obviously there are other people who are part of that decision making, not other than just your wife alone. How did your family and friends, or how do they now feel about you having made that decision?
I think they're jealous, in fact. So my parents have come to visit a couple of times. My youngest daughter was here with us for 4 years. She's gone back for the next stage of her schooling. She's actually continuing in the UK, but she was here at school for 4 years. And I've got some elder kids as well, and they're all jealous. The eldest one actually wants to come here. She actually worked with me on one of my projects. So I created a project called You Hear Them, and it searches through all the parliamentary transcripts and information so that you can find out what's been talked about in Parliament, about any laws that are coming up. And she actually helped me build that. She was in the UK, I was here. And we worked together on that as a sort of a project together. But she's really looking forward to coming here at some point as well.
I want to give me your unbiased view and assessment of this island. Not just geographical locations alone, but just the way things work. What do you think?
It's a very friendly place. That's the first thing. It's a friendly place, friendly people. I like the pace of life here. Things work a little bit slower, which I personally like. Sometimes it, can get you vexed if you're trying to go somewhere and something's not working quite as fast and you spend half a day stood in line somewhere or whatever. But everything else makes up for it. It's such a beautiful island. It's such a beautiful place. And I'm glad to be able to come here and help with skills that I have as well and learn a lot from the Bajan people and from the environment here. I've done a number of free seminars in conjunction with some of the organizations here. An organization called Zindi that was sponsored by GovTech to help build AI systems here. And I've done a number of, helping young Bajan developers get into software development, get into AI, helping them. One gentleman, Brian, who was, life had dealt him a few bad hands. And, we sat down, we talked about stuff. He's now working for Light and Power, which is great. I'm really proud of. So, it's great to be able to contribute back and help people, but also to learn a lot more from Barbados myself.
In all of this work, you were recognized.
Yes.
National recognition you received. That must have felt very, very special to you.
It was, Last year I was given an award at the BLP Awards ceremony. And it was humbling. It was absolutely humbling because the gentleman in front of me in my sort of section going up for his award, he was a triple Paralympian, amputee triple Paralympian who went up to collect his award. And I'm here and I'm like I type things on a keyboard, right? But it was fantastic to be recognised for that and the things that I'm building to just help Barbados here. Some people think of technology and think of AI as some big, scary thing. And there's concerns with how AI is used, obviously. But what I'm trying to show is that it can be used for much simpler, productive things as well in everyday life, right? Just being able to use something like You Getting True, to be able to have, it uses AI in the background so that when you're actually searching, whether you search for sneakers and it finds trainers, or whether you look for cutlery and it finds silverware, or whatever it might be, it is using AI behind the scenes in ways that you possibly don't even realize to make your life easier. So you can find stuff easier. So you don't spend the day driving all around the island looking for that one thing.
Matt Hamilton made the decision over a few beers to move to Barbados and the welcome step. Just when the world was shutting down, Matt was said, nope, I'm traveling. I'm going elsewhere to do my business. He's a developer of software indeed. And so, Matt, you said to me you've now become a lot more familiar with the soca.
Yes.
This is crop over.
Yes, exactly.
And so for 5 years you've been here already?
Yes.
Have you been a part of crop over every one of those 5 years?
Most of them. So there's been some times in which the last, I think, 2 years I've had to miss Kadooment because I had to go back to the UK because my daughter, she does a lot of performing arts and she was in a show herself. But at least in the run-up to Kadooment through the crop over season, I go along to, Soca State of Mind and Soca Gardens and things like that. So yeah, Soca, and this year I will be here for Kadooment. So I'll be.
Do you love it?
I do love it. I do love it. Yeah.
If you had to say to your friends abroad what crop over generally is about, what would you say?
So, well, I mean, it's a celebration of the end of the harvest here, and so it's everybody. There seems like a sort of a passion that is released after a year's worth of hard work. Everybody wants to celebrate and have a good time, and it's fantastic. Everybody getting together, and I mean, all of the events. I mean, morning, noon, and night. For weeks leading up. I was amazed when I created the website Way Outside 246, just the number of events happening, each day running up to Kadooment. And then Kadooment itself, hopefully this year I'll be on the road. And hopefully, I don't know yet whether I'm going to jump in a band. I'd like to. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do that yet, but maybe you'll see me in a band. But you'll definitely see me on the road at some point, yeah.
I mean, there's only one way to know whether or not it's for you, but to try
do it
once.
exactly,
At least
exactly.
once,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
And so, in this website that you've crafted just for the entertainment sector alone, are you capturing images and videos and so forth so that people get the energy of what's happening?
So what I'm capturing at the moment is what they put on Instagram of the posters. So what happens is, it is an AI. Again, it's using AI for good, and it goes around Instagram and it finds each of the events and each of the DJs and the promoters, and it follows them and it works through to find all the things going on. So it'll look and say, okay, so whatever, DJ Salt is doing an event at this particular location, so it'll follow Salt, and then it'll go to the location, follow the location, say, okay, well, DJ Hutchie is playing there, so follow him, and then whatever, Tion Hernandez is doing an event at this thing, so it'll then go and follow her. And it works its way through Instagram and finds all of the event posters and takes the date and the name and the image of that, and then builds up a list. So when you go to the site, you can see everything going on in one place.
I'm impressed by you. You know everyone and everything. This is brilliant. Yeah. Have you found so far for the season? I mean, maybe it's still relatively early with the music out. Is there one song that really drives your energy whenever you hear it?
So at the moment, I mean, I guess, well, I mean, Weatherman was an early start with Jordan English, so that's one that's kind of always been hitting around people's mind. But yeah, I mean, some of the newer ones, sort of coming out and catching up with some of them. I think I can't remember who it was recently. Mikey Mercer, I think it was one of his I just heard recently. It was really good. So yeah, but I've just started now that things like Soca State of Mind have started again. I'm
going to charge you for advertising.
Yeah.
So expect the invoice before you leave.
Yeah, sure.
And so here it is now. We are in the midst of...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Quick reminder before we go, Q in the community today in Oistins, pretty near to the petrol station and the supermarket. You can't miss it. It is at Gill's Southern Fried Wing Shop. That's where you're going today for today's edition of Q in the community. See you there at 11. And that's it for today. The little crew joins me saying to all of you, have a terrific today. By the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.